Enlightened Plate with Staci Small Lord. Staci, welcome, welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for being here. My name is Staci, and I am a holistic wellness coach. I'm a lover of food. I know it can heal our bodies, so I wanted to come on and share that with you all. My first recipe on my first show today is going to be old world hamburger stew. And the reason I chose this is because it's warm and welcoming and comfortable and nurturing. And that's how I want everybody to feel when they come into the Enlightened Plate. I want them to feel like they're warm and nurtured. And when they leave, I want them to feel healthy and happy. So I got the recipe from my grandfather. It's a German recipe because my heritage is German. And it is a hamburger soup. You can also do without hamburger if you would like. If you don't eat it, you can use a plant-based meat, or you could use mushrooms. It does have potatoes in it, and for our diabetic friends or low carbers, you could take those out and maybe add some cauliflower or some extra veggies. So the idea of the show is no labels. Sometimes I eat meat, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just most of the time I just listen to my body and intuitively see what I need. Maybe I don't need meat for a few months, and maybe my body then starts to crave it again, and that's okay. Just listen to yourself and we will be good to go. So I'm going to start the recipe. I try to support local farmers as much as possible. So I have a grass-fed Florida ground beef. I'm going to put a little olive oil in here and brown this beef while we have a chat. And this recipe is one that my grandfather used to use all the time. So it has a lot of good memories for me. It brings me back to my childhood and makes me feel extremely warm inside. I used to make this a lot too when I was a young single mom with 3 kids, and I didn't have a lot of money. I had to feed 3 kids on $50 a week, and one was in diapers. So you can make it on the cheap. You can use all frozen vegetables if you'd like. You can do cut ups like I did today. You can switch out the veggies if you would like. And get that going. Spices are a real good thing because if you add a lot of spice, you can cut back on the salt. There's nutrition in everything that I do here. So we have carrots for the eyes. We have celery. That's good for high blood pressure, they say, and things like that. Onions. What is it that onions have? I forget. So it starts with an S. I can't remember. But anyways, we got green beans, potatoes, some garlic, and some salt and pepper, and some beef broth. But if you don't eat meat, you can just put veggie broth or some water and some veggie cubes. And what about you, Terry? How's it sound so far?
Gosh, I'm hungry now, and I did have breakfast.
But
I just wanted to say, Staci, that you have a lot of support here. People are coming in and finding it. Christina's here, Suzanne, Julie Kiss, Linda Lemieux, Jean Lorio. Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming in and sharing with us this exciting moment. The first show from Staci and Rick Moon just showed up. So I'm really excited. And I love that you are sharing some of the background, Staci, that this was a family recipe and that you have good memories with it. I love that. And, you know, when I used to cook, that was always something that was important to me too. It was like the memories that went into the cooking. And then you're doing it with love. You know, you're putting love in there. That's that secret ingredient, right?
I call it vitamin L. I tell my kids, I put vitamin L in there. I was not always a good cook, though. I have been known to have put salt on accident in lemonade. That didn't go over very well. Make biscuits so hard, I fed them to the ducks, and the poor things had to do mud puddles to soften them up. So my passion for cooking didn't come right away in life. my kids ate a lot of fish sticks and mac and cheese. And well, you know, for one reason is I was a single mom and that's what we had. But my passion really started growing for cooking because I was diagnosed at age 43 with Crohn's disease. And then I was put on some pretty heavy medications that made me feel just terrible. And so I thought, you know, maybe I can do something with food. My daughter said, try the grain-free way of life. And I'm not using labels, so I won't say a specific diet. But I gave it a shot. And within 6 months, I was off my medicine with my doctor's consent. He followed me along. He said, all right, I'm going to let you do it, but let's see how it goes. And the next 6 months later, I had a test. And he said, if I didn't diagnose you, I would say you don't have anything. You are completely healed. And that going with healthy food choices, meditation, energy healing, you know, from all my friends and myself and Joseph and you, Terry. And so, yeah, it's all just a big accumulation of just taking care of yourself and listening to your body. And, you know, cooking can be very spiritual, like soup. It's a spiritual symbol of health, fitness, and nourishment. It just makes you feel so good. And when you feel good inside and your brain just goes there, you know, your mind clicks to holistic health, you just feel so good. And it really does. Your mind is just everything.
It is, and I'm so glad you're expressing to listen to your body. So very important in all aspects of everything that we do. I want to say hello to Chetta Ward, Lisa Berry, Deirdre, Mary Lou.
Hey, y'all.
Good to see all of you. And Staci, Christina says, I pulled out some ground turkey for recreating this tonight for my own uniqueness, not because this doesn't sound delicious on its own, but for dinner. She's going to do that tonight. She said it looks very versatile.
It is. And that's what I love about it. And I actually thought of Christina when I decided to do this because I know she has some nutritional needs. And the potatoes, she doesn't have to do the potatoes. She can add in cauliflower or just leave them out completely. And like I said, put some mushrooms in there or something to make it more of a low carb thing. Because my dad's a diabetic and he has to be very careful. So I try to create things for him too now that when we have family gatherings of low carb stuff for that purpose. Okay, so my meat is brown and there's not a lot of fat in here. So I'm going to add beef broth here. There we go, some beef broth. Throw this in there because I already touched the uncooked beef. I'm going to kick it up a notch here so it'll boil again and get that boiling. I've got garlic and oregano, about probably two cloves of garlic and a teaspoon of the oregano. And then I got 2 teaspoons of salt. You can use kosher salt. It's a little bit less sodium in it. And then some pepper. Throw that in there, give it a stir. And this makes a lot of food. This will feed you for a couple of days. And that's another thing I love about cooking because to me, it's an experience, you know, a life experience. And when you create these amazing foods, you can share them, and sharing them is part of love. And it makes me just feel so good inside. So I'll probably take some to my aunt. She's 95. And then there's a homeless man behind Publix who I try to give food to when I can. So, all right. So I'm going to add the potatoes. And 1 medium onion. I wish I could show you the pan in here, and then some carrots. I cheated on the carrots. I didn't peel them and cut them. I just cut them. And some celery. And we do the green beans last because they cook so fast. And then 1 15-ounce cans of non-GMO crushed tomato. I'm going to give it a whirl here. Oh, it looks so good. I wish I could bring my camera. Maybe I could put a GoPro. Can you get Zoom on a GoPro?
I think so. I think you can use an extra camera.
All right, so we're going to let this boil for about 15 minutes. And there we go. So then after 15 minutes, we are going to throw in those green beans and let them cook another 15 minutes. And you could make it, longer it cooks, the better. You could play with the spices too. Just throw some other things in there and make it yummy. And you can have some rolls with it if you like it. I'm Southern, so, we got to have rolls sometimes. And is Terry frozen or no?
No, I had you on speaker view so everybody could pay attention to what you were doing. But yeah, this sounds really amazing. And I love that you're showing us things also that can carry over. Like you can have it for dinner tonight, you can have it for lunch tomorrow, and Staci, one thing that I've found is especially with soups, they taste so good the next day, don't they?
Oh, they do.
Can you talk about that? About how when you let it sit, all of those ingredients just really
kind of melt together, right? Mm-hmm. I love leftovers. There's nothing like a good leftover spaghetti or even chicken the next day on a salad. It all tastes so much better. And then when you put it in the freezer, not too long. I try not to keep things in the freezer too long because sometimes they lose their their taste and stuff, but it just tastes so much better the next couple of days. It really does. And, you can share. Like I said, you can just share. That's what we love to do, right? We just love to, as healers and light workers, we like to just share food and love. Yeah. So,
So now, I'm sorry, how long will you let this cook?
About 45 minutes. I got it up a little ways now, but I pulled a trick from Rachel Ray. I already had some made, so I can put it in the bowl.
Lucky family there.
So I'm going to share that. And it just, to me, creating food is it's magic. And like I said, the more that I share, the better I feel. You know how that makes you feel, right, Terry? When you can share something that you're passionate about and it makes other people feel really good.
Yeah, and it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
It warms your heart when you can share and give and bring a smile to somebody's face.
Yeah. And I really think it's important nowadays because there's so much judgment around food that, you don't need to put labels on it. You don't have to say you're a meat eater or a not meat eater. You can just say, oh, today I feel like eating meat today, and there are some religions that don't, they don't eat meat. So that's why I like to create things that can go with that too. So I don't want people to feel like, oh goodness, I can't do that. You can. There's a way.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So we have lots of good comments. People are congratulating you. And Mary Lou says, leftovers and sharing are the best part.
It is right. And then you can also, I know in the big cities, it's kind of hard because there's not like a lot of farms, but in Florida, we are, blessed to have farms. I know people probably don't think of anything but oranges if they don't live in Florida, but we do. We have strawberries and we have meat and we have all kinds of different vegetables that, sugar cane and all kinds of good stuff. So if you can support your local farmers, that is amazing too.
It is. And some of the best strawberries in the world are over on the west coast of Florida. They used to have a strawberry festival over there every year. I don't know if they still are going to do that when we come out of this pandemic or not, but it was always fun. They'd have country music and all kinds of events.
Strawberry everything. Strawberry things you didn't even realize you could make strawberries out of.
Right.
So, and like I said, this is what feeds my soul. Everybody needs that. I want people to be able to come here and express themselves with love and feel that love back.
Beautiful. Jean says, cooking is such an art. More importantly, a great act of love. One of my favorite movies is very old. It's called Babbitt's Feast. You might like it. I've never heard of that, Jean.
Yeah, Jean, I'll have to look that up and see how
Mm,
it goes.
I think we'll all go search for it.
I'm always looking for something to watch. So, all right, I'm going to put some of this already made stuff in a bowl. So I
Hey, let's do it.
got to get out of the picture for a minute. Okay, let me see.
All right, I'm going to put you back on the big screen.
This smells so good. I put peas in this one because I just love peas. I feel like peas are underrated. There we go. How about that?
Yummy.
That's my lunch. Let me throw this away. So, well, there you go. And you can toss some Parmesan cheese if you're a dairy person, or some non-dairy cheese. They got some really good options these days. They have, what's that one with the heart? Their dairy-free cheese is very good. I can't remember the name of it. So, but I put some hot sauce on there, and there we go. Lunch is served, or dinner, or tomorrow's breakfast.
I love it, Staci, and we're all drooling over your bowl of soup that you have right there.
Too. I can't wait to eat it. But I can't talk with my mouth full of food. So
It looks delicious. Well, I certainly appreciate this today. And it's, like I said, it's got me working up an appetite here, just watching all this and envisioning what that tastes like.
yes, well, I'm gonna let you know. And next time I am going to think of something super yummy to make too. Next Friday at 12. So this is the first time, and I was nervous, but I feel pretty good about it.
Oh, it didn't show. You did good. You're like a pro now. And Ruth Anderson is on and she says, would love Staci to come cook at my house.
Yes, I will do that. I'm not a professional, but I am a home cook. Well, I guess I'm a professional. I've done it in, what's it, 10,000 hours? It makes you a professional or something. Is that what they say? If you do something for that long. So I am a professional.
There you go. And Jean has a suggestion, or actually, I guess it's a question. She says, could you write out the recipes on your blog?
Oh, I need to make a blog,
What a
Jean.
great idea, isn't it?
That is a good idea. She's always got such wonderful ideas.
Oh, she's amazing. Yes. Well, thank you. And Ruth says we will share the recipe in the comments.
Yes, I will do that. I will write it out because, like I said, I just, kind of go off of memory, but I'll write it out and put it on there for sure.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Staci, for your time, for developing this show. And it's so needed.
Yeah.
We need to learn more about nutrition and find what's really good for us that also tastes good.
Yeah.
I think that's important.
Absolutely. And, as we go along, I'll do maybe some more, more detailed recipes. But since it was the first day, I thought a warm bowl of soup would be comforting to me and everybody else. So, well, thank you to Ruth, and thank you to you. And next week we will do this again.
Awesome. Same time, same channel.
All
Join
right.
with us.
Hey, y'all.
Thank you, everybody. Namaste, y'all.